I didn't entertain no plea. They didn't ask for no plea and I wouldn't entertain no plea. Everybody was like, man, you better get you a lawyer. But September, I got found guilty. January, I got sentenced, 2 life sentences. Man, I had to fight every fucking where I went. Everywhere I went leading up to prison. The juvenile facility, I got in fight because that was just the way of prison. Because people gonna try me based on just you coming in as a newbie. I was always in the hole. They wanted me to wear these ID badges. I wouldn't wear that shit. I kept telling them I wasn't supposed to be here. I'm not gonna do none of this shit you want me to do. I got high and got a dirty UA in. Man, I tried to flush my system and still came up dirty. They gave me a bogus dirty UA too though. And I caught a new case in that motherfucker.
So how long did you do those couple times you got locked up?
The first bonded out each time. So the first time I do on robbery, I do 5 days. I get bonded out. I'm locked up this time. I'm not going out.
What's your time like when you get locked up in the county? Is it going smooth for you? Having any problems or?
Man, I had to fight every fucking where I went. Period. I'm gonna tell you why. The tension in prison is so thick, man. Everybody's fussed. Before I even got to prison, everywhere I went leading up to prison. The juvenile facility, I got in a fight with my boy Corey. But when I left there, I got in a fight at the county with a motherfucker named Two. When I left that motherfucker, I went to RDU, got a fight with a motherfucker named Troy. When I got to prison, I got in a fight with a motherfucker named Quack. When I left, that was in Hutchinson. When I left Hutchinson to go to Lansing, I got in a motherfucker with a motherfucker named, what's the motherfucker name, little crip nigga? I don't know this nigga name. So everywhere I went, I had to fight, you know? Because that was just the way of prison. Because people gonna try a motherfucker based on just you coming in as a newbie. You know, that's just the pecking order of that place. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So how long did it take before trial came?
Shit, trial came April. I was arrested.
So was they offering you any pleas, or was you interested in that, or how did that?
No, I didn't entertain no plea. They didn't ask for no plea, and I wouldn't entertain no plea. I didn't know I was in prison, man. I didn't know while I was being arrested for that shit. I had nothing to do with it, no connection to it. I wasn't thinking about no plea bargain.
You thought you was gonna get off?
Hell, I put my life on it. I didn't know the witnesses, I didn't know the victims, I didn't know the fucking dirty cop. I had no connection to the area. I had no connection to it other than this horny motherfucker trying to do my mom's. I had no connection to that shit.
So did you have a paid lawyer or public defender?
Public defender, man. Because I was thinking as a juvenile, there's no way they can find me guilty of a crime I had no connection with. How is it possible to find an innocent person guilty of a crime he has no connection with, man?
You got any jailhouse lawyers giving you advice, telling you good, you gonna beat it, and all that shit back then?
Nah, they was telling me to get a lawyer, man. Everybody was like, man, you better get you a fucking lawyer. But I'm thinking, it's impossible, man, for them to find an innocent guy. What the fuck I need a lawyer for? I wasn't there. I have no connection to the witnesses, the victims, none of that. Why would I need a lawyer? And this is my first time dealing with the justice system too, by the way.
So leading up to your conviction, trial lasts how long?
Trial lasted 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3 days, man, of testimony of these 2 witnesses saying they seen me walk up to this car and kill these 2 dudes sitting in the car with a shotgun, broad daylight.
Witnesses related to the victims?
Witnesses related to the victims. Now, come to find out, these witnesses was pressured to do that by the district attorney and the police officer.
That came out later on?
Came out later on.
How many years later?
A year later, after I got convicted. So the girl she recanted it. She recanted the moment she did it, like a year later. Nico Quinn, she was one of the eyewitnesses. She recanted as soon as it happened. She came back and told the district attorney, I hate I did that. That's wrong. That's not the person I seen do that.
Have you seen any of the witnesses?
I did. I seen the witnesses when I first got out of prison. When I first walked out the jailhouse when I got out, I saw one of them. Yep, I sure did.
So did any witnesses show up on your behalf?
A bunch of witnesses showed up on my behalf, man. But I'm gonna tell you what the system is, how dirty the prosecutors will play people. They ask you to get all your witnesses together, but then they play everybody on time. So the day this happened, I had my cousins with me, my uncle, my aunties, all these people. But it was just scattered time. So the district attorney was asking everybody what time I was doing what. How everybody supposed to know that? It was a regular day. So everybody's time was all scattered. So the district attorney made it seem like everybody was lying about my alibi. So this person saying I was here at 11, this person saying I was here at 12, this person saying I was here at, So it seemed like it was all like this, but it's supposed to be that way. These people they wasn't looking at the time and looking at me at the same time, but they make it seem that way, and that's what my alibi was. I had witnesses. It did no good though.
The trial lasts, you say 3 days.
Yeah.
They find you guilty on the 3rd day.
Yeah.
How long did it take before your sentencing come?
So that was September. I got found guilty. January, I got sentenced, 2 life sentences. January. So by April, I was already in prison. I was in Hutchinson by the following April, 95.
So 2 life sentences in Kansas, how do that run? Is it you gotta serve 25 or how's their life?
Life in Kansas runs like, if you gotta do a life to seat the board after 15 years. So I had 2 of them, so I had to do 30 years and before I start seeing the board to get out.
They ran consecutive?
Consecutive, yeah.
So the first place they sent you was where?
All right, so the first place they sent me from RDU is a place they send everybody to get classified. They sent me to Hutchinson, which is gladiator school. That's where I had to, I was there for 2 days, man. I had a fight with a total motherfucking stranger from Wichita, named Quack and shit. And
Who won?
Who won?
Who won the fight?
Shit, Muggz. What the fuck? Look, for real, my mans, I didn't know nobody there, bro. I ain't know nobody there. I was, I came from this place and I was in Hutchinson, and man, in the middle of me fighting this dude, I felt somebody grab me, man, from behind. It was a partner of mine named Fat Boy from the city. And that was the first person I saw that I knew that was from the city in Hutchinson in 95. Oh, Fat Boy.
So when you get there, or you programming, you got a job, you get into the GD programs and all that?
Hell nah. I was fucked up, man. I was depressed. When I got there, I was angry. I was fighting all the time. I was always in the hole. They wanted me to wear these ID badges. I wouldn't wear that shit. They wanted me to wear these patches on my clothes. I'd take that shit off. And they would try to make me do it. And I'm like, I ain't in here. I don't supposed to be here. I kept telling them I wasn't supposed to be here. I'm not gonna do none of this shit you want me to do.
So we know how I get when you get in there, they making the hooch and all that shit, the wine. So did you indulge in any of that?
Hell yeah. I got high and got a dirty UA and all that shit. As soon as I got in that mug, I was getting high. I did hooch. I didn't drink hooch. But we used to smoke weed until you get a dirty UA. Then they throw you in the hole for like 21 days straight. And then you be like, shit, you gotta weigh your options. Keep dropping them dirties. You be hungry in the hole. You gotta weigh your options like shit. So yeah, all that.
Wasn't trying to flush your system? You couldn't do that?
Man, I tried that, man. I tried to flush my system and still came up dirty.
Niggas can't.
It still came up dirty,
You smoking right with a nigga, like we smoking right together. Tomorrow they call both of us. You got 2 hours to get up there. We both flushing our shit. We both pitched about 12 times. He get up there, all right, you good? Johnson? Nah, we gotta send this to the lab. Like, I just did what he did.
No,
I could never flush my shit.
I couldn't either, man. Some people work for people. My brother worked for my brother all the time, but it never worked for me, bro. But I'm telling you a bogus story, though. They gave me a bogus dirty UA too, though. So, because I stopped smoking in 98 when I was in there. So 2001, they gave me a bogus dirty UA, man, because all my partners was smoking, and I was just hanging out with my partners, so they UA'd the whole unit. They gave me a bogus dirty UA, so I sent my urine to an independent lab. Like 3 months later, that shit come back negative. And they end up giving me all my shit back and all that, but they gave me a bogus dirty UA, and I caught a new case in that motherfucker.